You're listening to Elevate, powered by Marmiro Stones. Real stories, real insight, whether you're designing a dream, building it, or living it, we're here to spark ideas, share knowledge, and move the industry forward. Let's get to work. With Vic Lehmann for Lehmann Pools and Spas. Thank you for having us here at this incredible project. I want to do a little introduction about, you guys have been in business for a long time. Where did it all start from?
Well, we've only been in the swimming pool business really since 1955.
Just a short period of time.
Yeah, but technically our company was established in 1918.
Wow.
Third generation construction.
Wow.
In this family business.
Actually, I did not know that. That's incredible.
And now granted, my grandfather did not build swimming pools.
Right.
Nobody built swimming pools back then.
Sure.
You wanted to go swimming, you went to the lake or to the stream.
Yeah.
But he was a general contractor in the area, doing mostly commercial work. And my father was the one who brought the swimming pool line into our business again in 1955. And he built, that was the first pool he built. Then he was building pools, mostly 100% building pools in the early 60s. I joined up with him right out of high school in 1979.
Wow.
Is when I joined him right out of high school.
Yeah.
I'm not that young. And I learned from the ground up working with him how to build a swimming pool. And back then, even nobody would have even have dreamed about this back in the late 70s, early 80s, even the 90s. Just having a swimming pool was fancy enough.
Back then in the early 80s and late 70s, was it more like above ground, vinyl? What was that design like?
Well, those were always around, but mostly he always did in-ground swimming pools.
Right, okay.
But he started off with, at that time, were vinyl liner pool kits, and not really a kit per se. They didn't make the kits that they have today.
Yeah.
But he would do a masonry wall with a vinyl liner in the pool. That was his baseline pool. Then if you wanted freeform, because back then we also didn't have the beauty of spraying the concrete.
Sure, yeah.
So we couldn't get these unique shapes that we can now do today.
Yep.
He then branched into doing it in a fiberglass upright wall with a concrete bottom for the freeform shapes. And then again, in the early 90s, there were then a couple of subcontractors that were offering the services of spraying concrete.
Right.
So I always looking at, back then we actually had these things called magazines versus now podcasts and everything
Social
else.
Media, crazy stuff, yeah.
When I'd read the magazines, and I'd see these fantastic concrete pools that they were building out in California and Florida.
Yeah.
I thought, that's what I want to do.
Amazing.
So I did my research. I found the right subcontractors who could spray the concrete for us. And I brought that into our business in the early 90s. And that's all we do now.
Yeah.
Is kind of what you're looking at.
It's pretty amazing, the evolution, not only like, for one, third generation. Usually you see a lot of businesses fail during that third generation.
I think actually
impressive.
The numbers on that, I think it's only 2.5% of businesses make it to the third generation.
Yeah, very impressive.
So, and my father retired in the earlier mid-90s. He basically just slowly retired.
Yeah.
And I've been running the business since.
Yeah.
So, my favorite thing about this business is this, being able to create something like this so unique that, again, it's hard to even imagine this, let alone figure out how to put this into somebody's backyard.
Yeah.
So
now this project's now, what, 4 or 5 years old? 4 years old, roughly?
Well,
completion?
No, again, it started in 2021 for the whole, from the design aspect.
Yeah.
But in operation now, this is just its second year in operation.
Second year, okay. So it took that long from design process to construction to final touches, and then they can start swimming.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like it or not, in New Jersey, the processes of getting approvals for a project like this can take as long, if not longer, sometimes than actually building. But again, as you can see, look at all the details on this. It's each little detail had to be figured, had to be worked out just right. Stones templated. Then again, when they template the stones, they were very quick. Marmiro was very good working with us as getting the product, but nobody can just overnight have you the product. So we'd have to move to another stage and come up with how to get this in and everything involved. And then of course, once we hit one point where we look at it and we go, okay, this is nice, but how is it going to now interact with this?
Yeah, because good size house, when you get to the backyard, it looks even bigger because of the grade we're dealing with from front to back. Once you get back here, it's a whole nother environment. But it's a, even though you have a big space, you have a big grading issue, but then you also, you know, we were talking about earlier that a ½ inch off here or there could make a big difference on this job, because you have a lot of structures, you have a lot of setbacks that you need to be careful about, and you also ran into some issues with during the dig.
Yes.
Right? What was that like?
Yes. Well, when we started the project, we found out that we had a fill condition that was a lot grander than we anticipated.
Yikes.
When we knew we were going to have some fill here.
Yeah.
But we thought it'd be easily manageable. And believe it or not, under this swimming pool, it was another 20 foot of fill material.
20 feet.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
my God.
we had to get all that dug out. Which again, the machine, the first machine we had in here, its maximum reach was 17 feet.
Yeah.
So we had to come in with a bigger machine to be able to reach down to the full depth to where we got to virgin grade, where we felt comfortable that this was now going to support everything. And then backfill with the proper materials to get everything up to where grades we needed and to where it's going to support what we're looking at for the lifetime of the product. So.
Sure. So what I mean, that you, almost every job you could run into some issues like that, the unforeseen issues.
Yeah.
How do you set expectations up front with the customer when it comes to that?
Well, we always let them know that this could be a possibility, and we did let them know. We knew we'd have some fill here.
Yeah.
And then we have to cross that bridge when we come to it.
For sure, yeah.
So that's always a matter of then once we see what we're actually up against, then it's to sit down and discuss.
Yep.
What do we want to do? How do we want to approach this? And come up with the final answer as to what we're going to do on this. So
because there's a price tag issue to that, right? And then there's a I need to build it right price tag, right?
Yeah.
And then I can do it for this, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to cut corners, because you're going to have this issue down the road if we cut these corners.
Yes.
Right? So unfortunately, nobody wants to see that extra price tag, but that's a part of the construction process when you're digging into a big grade issue from front to back. You think we're every bit of 30 feet from top of driveway to here?
To
maybe
the
more?
Bottom of the wall over there, yes. It's a 30-foot elevation
That's
difference.
crazy. Yeah.
So
you're bound to run into some issues there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, we knew we would run into something.
Yeah.
But we anticipated maybe just having to deal with 2 to 3 foot of fill material.
Yeah.
And not what we ran into here.
Yeah.
It was totally unexpected. And yeah, it caught us and the owner off guard, but
of course,
we had to work up approximate estimates as to what it's going to cost now to support this pool properly. Yeah. But as you're saying, it also then boils down to we can't do it without doing that.
Exactly.
So
that's why you've been in business for over 100 years.
Yeah. No, I don't want to build something that's going to fall apart.
Yeah.
So as I told the customers, I said it's 20 years from now, if I'm still around, I want to know that this pool is still doing good and working the way it's supposed to.
Making sure all the waterfalls are flowing good, no cracks.
No cracks.
Right? Yeah.
And,
using the right materials.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great. So one thing I noticed when I first came back here was the design. Pretty exquisite, You don't find many designs like this. I love the lily pads you have here. I love the spa. I love that back wall feature. You're seeing a lot of that right now, is that backdrop wall, that extra feature. Usually it's a water wall. Sometimes here they incorporated fire and water. But what's really cool is sometimes usually people put the pool equipment off to the side of the house and they try to like enclose it, but you hit it behind the wall.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
It serves two purposes.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great design. Did you guys collaborate with anybody on design? Do you guys do in-house designs too?
We do in-house designs, but again, the designer that was responsible for this was Lucas Egan from Lucas Lagoons, and his designer Ross Herds.
Excellent.
Who excellent team.
Yeah.
For coming up with the designs.
That's
yes.
great. Good collaboration.
Yes, and again, it was one of these things the owner would watch on a regular basis, the Lucas Lagoons TV show.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's where they got Lucas from, and they gave him a call, and he said, sure, we'll do the design. They don't build in New Jersey,
right?
But they'll do the design work with
Very cool.
So, yeah, we collaborated with them as far as what they wanted to see, but then also part of it was they relied on me, too, is in Florida, you don't get frost, you don't have certain conditions that we are aware of. So, but again, the bulk of what you're seeing was their thought process.
Got it.
My thought process was how to make this, how to install this, and how to make it so it'll last under freeze-thaw conditions that we see here in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So,
excellent. Well, let's go take a tour of the project. Can't wait to see some of these features. Sure. So these are super cool, Vic. I love lily pads. I don't know if you call them lily pads, stepping stones, but I love what you guys did here. Not only the turf pop makes the stone pop too. So I love these little features that you guys did here, and you can kind of walk right into the sunning shelf or tan shelf or tanning ledge, whatever you guys want to call it. But I love the way this all flows.
Yes. No, it is nice. This is one of my favorite features as well too, are these stepping stones between here. Leading you from the lounge chair area to your spa.
Yeah, and these were cut from bigger slabs, so you know a lot of people are used to smaller dimensional stones. Like if you need something, these are what, 30 by 40 maybe, somewhere in that range.
Without a tape measure,
yeah,
with you. Yes.
Somewhere right around there. But yeah, it's a perfect size, and I love what you guys did here. What's really catching my eye is the spillover. It is super difficult when you're laying stone to get that spillover perfect like that. To get that flow rate fine, but you can't be a 32nd of an inch off, because you're going to see it on that wall.
Yeah, you have to set those stones as level as humanly possible. Because you do have a limited amount of flow. So I mean, when you're working with a stone that's over 5 feet like that, to get a perfect sheet over is very difficult. Yeah. So,
and I think we even rounded that edge for you up top too, to give you like a little quarter round.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And you can't see it under there, but you also put a drip ledge underneath it.
So you're not getting the underflow too. Yeah, that's super smart. Yeah, that's great. And I love how you brought the stone up on the sides. And I think you used for like that wall there, probably a leather texture, which makes it super small so that water continues to flow.
Yes.
And that's different than what we used over here on the side with that wave. And I think from the design and the selection part, when we brought out the Sprinter, it was a little iffy whether to use that or not. That was a question whether it would look good, or because you have a lot of different textures going on here, right?
Yes.
And how does it all flow? That's kind of the biggest thing.
And I was nervous as I
were you?
with that texture.
Yeah.
But when I first saw the samples, but now seeing it in combination with everything else, I think it was an excellent choice.
Yeah.
To go with that texture on the sides of the spa.
And having have so much overhang on the spa, what's the thought behind that?
These were to serve as sitting areas so they could put chairs here.
Excellent. Okay.
So while people are in the spa, on this side at least, they'd be able to have a couple chairs sitting here so that people can have their drinks, etc.
Yeah.
On the edge of the spa.
Yeah.
That's what the concept of that extra width on this is.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it was also for the dramatic effect on this waterfall stone effect on either side as well, too.
Yeah, yeah, make it sort of a bigger piece, more grand,
Yep.
kind of make it all uniform.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I love it. The spa itself, what's the dimension of that?
That spa is, let's see, it's actually 6 feet by 8 feet.
6 by 8. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Vic, I love this part right here, beach entry. I love it when you can incorporate something like this on a project because it allows for you to feel like you're not at home. You're really not at your pool. You're at the beach and you have a small little beach entry down to some steps down into the pool. So I love what you guys did here, that transition, and especially using a different PebbleTech color.
Mm-hmm.
I love what you guys did with that.
Yeah, I've done a couple of these in the past
Yeah.
where this is my preference, if we can do it, is to use, they call this sandy beach for obvious reasons.
Okay, I like it.
And the fact that, again, we were able to work with an artificial turf here, the beauty of it is I was able to get the grass effect right up to the sand, which is what you would normally see when you go up to a lake beach entry.
Yep.
So we were able to incorporate that very natural look right into it without having to bring a stone up to this effect.
Yeah, no, super
So-
smart. And you guys added some bubblers in here too. Is that what that is, or?
No, believe it or not, those are part of the cleaning system.
Ah, okay.
We have an in-floor cleaning system in this
Interesting.
pool.
Very cool.
So, which again is a high-tech feature. We're one of the only ones in the area that installs that feature.
Ah, very cool.
Always
on, or does it come on
Yeah,
periodically?
all the water always is returned through different zones.
Got it.
And as you can see right now, you see that it's starting to
Just
come on,
came on,
in
yeah.
this area.
Yeah.
So
That's really cool.
There's 5 different zones in this pool
Mhm.
with 4 heads on each zone. So
Got
there's
it.
20 cleaning heads.
Yeah.
Okay.
During the winter time, does this get closed down, covered?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The what we did for them last year, and I'm sure they're going to do it this year as well too. We'll winterize the pool in sometime in the beginning of October,
Yeah.
but we leave the spa open.
Excellent.
So we're able to isolate that so they can still use their spa up until sometime in December or the beginning of January, depending on when winter really hits here.
Sure. Yeah.
And the spa is subject still to freezing as well as the equipment, so we like to winterize it before it gets to that point.
Yeah.
But last year they used it up until almost Christmas time.
Amazing.
They were able to use their spa.
It's cool when you can be in a spa and it's snowing down,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, you can't get that everywhere.
No.
Yeah. But what's really cool too about these 2 pillars you have here, we were able to use 2 pieces of stone versus having something so separated and
Yes.
all the joints. So we only have 1 joint across the middle there, and we came out. I think we templated that, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. How was the fit when you guys got it?
Oh, the fit was superb. Everything worked the way that we had hoped it would work.
Okay, good. Vic, one thing that I love about the wall is that you kept it natural. You have the marble, deep blue, and Afghan cloud, which tends to lean towards like a modern look. I love the pavilion area here where it's that wood structure. You got the exposed beams, and then you also have that irregular, natural waterfall spillover, and you used, instead of using something flat, you actually used an irregular stone. Part of that, probably a flagstone or irregular flag, right? To kind of make it not perfect, right? So you have, I guess, a sort of a modern lodge, a modern lodge type of feel, right? Which is really, really cool. But you brought in some of the unique features of the environment too here to kind of left it more natural. I love it.
Yeah. When this project was being designed, what led the designers to choose. That was the look that they wanted. Was if you're familiar with this area, there's a steakhouse down the road called Rails Steakhouse.
Okay.
And in front of the steakhouse, they had a wall similar to this. So when we had one of our meetings during the design stages, I went to dinner with Lucas and Ross, and when we walked up to the steakhouse, they saw that wall and said, "This is what we envisioned."
Very cool.
In between these pillars.
Yep.
So I agreed, it was very nice.
Yeah.
So yes, it kind of, like you said, brings a little bit of rustic into this modern feature. So
yeah.
I think it was a very good choice for a material to use in between.
Yeah. And I noticed that cool little swim-up bar. We also added some deep blue marble on top of the stools to kind of match everything else. You have the Pebble Tech running up against the sides, and you have the seat on top with that marble stool, which is super, super cool. Not a lot of people pull that off, but you guys nailed it. And for a seat, that's a good size seat. Usually the stools are a little bit smaller, right?
Yeah, and they're not comfortable.
Yeah.
I've seen so many of them where they're working with a 12-inch round.
Right.
And I don't know if you ever sat on a 12-inch round. It's not the most comfortable in the world. So we went with an 18-inch.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
We had room that people could get a little more comfortable on it. So
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was gonna, the grander those are, the bigger they are, the more comfortable they are, but they also make a presence about themselves too.
Yes.
You know, it serves a purpose, not just okay, we put a bar stool in that's 12 inches wide.
Yes. And then the bar top as well is the same material as the coping technically, but on that one, again, I do believe you call that a leather finish.
Yep.
And on these, because we couldn't use the leather, we wanted it to be non-skid. This is, I guess you would call this a sandblasted finish?
Exactly right. Yep.
So, and the texture on the bar top is wonderful. Yeah. And it also cleans up a little bit better than the...
Sandblasted doesn't really tend to be a good bar top finish. So yeah, that leather, it'll kind of help wipe things away super fast. But what was the challenge? Any challenge you ran into with putting that down, especially when you had to incorporate some of the posts for the pavilion?
Yeah, that was part of it. We had to make sure, number one, our wall on this end of the pool actually is, believe it or not, is another 3 feet below the floor level in there.
Yep.
We had to bring the wall all the way down to there and build a footing.
Yep.
So that was all built monolithic with the swimming pool. So that was a challenge in itself. And then again, having to come up with how are we fastening these posts to the structure itself, to the footings and foundation work, which is the swimming pool, and make it work again to codes and requirements.
Yeah.
You know, again, there were brackets that we had to use so that this whole thing wouldn't blow away under a heavy storm.
Sure.
So again, how do we incorporate it? How do we work it? How do we get it in there? How do we hide it?
Yep.
So I think we came up with a good solution.
You can't notice that it's tied down anywhere, which is incredible.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Now, was this permitting process a pain to get this versus it? Are they separate permits, or are they all incorporated into one?
2 separate permits, but the biggest issue that we ran into was the year before we actually went in for our permit application on this project. The town of Tuaco had come up with a new regulation that was accessory structures have to be 10 feet from the swimming pool. They consider this an accessory structure.
Right.
So we found out the hard way that we had to go for a variance.
Yeah.
When the design work was originally done, that was not on their books yet.
Yeah.
And then they incorporated that when we went down for the permitting. So yeah, it was another hoop that we had to jump through to be able to get them to allow us to have the accessory structure right on the swimming pool.
Got it.
So, and again, it was just a matter of bringing it to the board's attention, letting them review it, letting them ask their questions. And obviously it was deemed on their part to be acceptable that, this does fit into this project. And I'm glad that they came up with that answer.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's great. I love how everything's open.
and it feels, I mean, it's from there to, from the beginning of the patio to edge of the structure here, and we're probably 80 feet, 100
From
feet.
patio end to the end of the pool house here, yeah, a little over 80 feet.
A little over 80 feet. It feels bigger than 80 feet. That's what I think what you guys did here with sort of between you and Lucas and the designs, I think, you know, with incorporating all of the natural features, the openness, because you can shut this off and you can kind of enclose this whole thing and it would look so much smaller. Yeah. But you left it open, you left it big. I love what you guys did here. You guys really nailed this build.
The whole idea on this was to keep it airy, to keep it open, and even have it, if you're looking down the line, you see straight through the whole structure.
Right. Even
though there is a bathroom and a closet on the back side of this, you can see over the rooftop on that.
Yep.
So, yeah, the whole idea there, the owner's wishes were to make this look very open, very tropical, very, I'm not sure what the term would be, but to match the areas like with the elephants.
Yeah, right. I love it. That's the biggest thing on this project is all about the elephants.
The elephants. Yeah, but wait until you see the fire torches too, though. That was an excellent choice to have put up on this.
Yeah, I can't wait. Well, Vic, I want to say thank you so much for taking me on a tour of this project.
You're welcome.
You guys have really done an amazing job. Congratulations on all the years in business, being a success, third generation, and hopefully someone else after you can carry the torch and live the legacy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure this company will be going on. Me, number one, I don't plan on going anywhere for at least another 15 years.
Amazing.
And I am sure there will be people who will be taking it on and continuing this.
Yeah.
So,
well, the industry is better with having you in it, and being such a legacy partner. We really appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.